Picture this: a world where robots, eerily similar to humans, walk among us, leaving us both spellbound and unnerved. From Fritz Lang's 1927 classic Metropolis to Ridley Scott's 1979 Alien, these astonishing creations have long haunted our imagination. But now, there's a new player in town, one that's both fascinating and alarming: artificial intelligence, AI. In the latest Mission Impossible, Tom Cruise faces off against a sentient AI, while John David Washington embarks on a mission to retrieve an AI weapon resembling an innocent child in the upcoming thriller The Creator. As a movie critic, I've always been drawn to the intersection of technology and cinema, but I must admit that AI gives me a chill down my spine. Blame it on HAL 9000, the calm and relentless supercomputer from Stanley Kubrick's 1968 masterpiece, 2001: A Space Odyssey, whose voice still lingers in my mind. AI has now taken the center stage, not just in Hollywood blockbusters, but also in real-world discussions. A statement from over 350 AI leaders on May 30th boldly declared that mitigating the risks of AI should be a global priority, alongside threats like pandemics and nuclear war. This statement coincided with the Writers Guild of America, WGA, strike, which had been ongoing for 4 weeks. The strike, in part, was fueled by fears that AI might not only encroach on the livelihoods of writers, but also potentially replace them. Not to be left behind, SAG-AFTRA, the union representing performers and media professionals, joined the picket lines on July 14th, marking a historic moment as both writers and actors were on strike simultaneously for the first time since 1960. Meanwhile, the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers, representing the studios, tried to brush off union concerns with vague promises, stating, "We're creative companies, and we value the work of creatives." If you found that statement a tad unconvincing, you're not alone. Considering Hollywood's history and its intimate dance with capitalism, it's hard to take such assurances at face value. The concerns of the writers, however, are far from trivial. They are fighting to prevent AI from being used to write or rewrite literary material, a battle that could decide the future of creativity in cinema. In July, John Lopez, a member of the union's AI working group, added a touch of romance to these concerns. He wrote in Vanity Fair that meaning in art always comes from humans, from having something to say, from needing to connect. While his sentiments resonate with many, one might wonder if he has ever perused the transcript of a Disney earnings call. Not surprisingly, SAG-AFTRA has raised alarm bells about AI, especially regarding the potential misuse of actors' images and performances. Their concern boils down to one thing: preventing the replacement of human performances by artificial intelligence technology. This conjures images of Andy Serkis, known for his roles in motion capture characters in franchises like The Lord of the Rings and Planet of the Apes. Fans and industry insiders have long championed for Serkis to receive Oscar recognition, viewing his work as a form of digital makeup. To understand the current battles in Hollywood, we need to delve into its history. In the early years of cinema, individuals wore many hats, from writing and directing to scouting locations and acting. But as the film industry grew in the 1910s, efficiency became the mantra, leading to the establishment of specialized departments and the construction of sprawling studio lots. Directors, writers, and stars who once held sway over their work gradually found themselves answering to producers and studio executives. By the 1920s, Hollywood had transformed into a well-oiled machine. The struggle between artistic vision and industrial efficiency was epitomized by Charlie Chaplin's Modern Times, 1936, where his character grapples with a factory's ruthless efficiency. The relationship between studios and stars was defined by option contracts, which often lasted for 7 years, granting studios exclusive rights to performers' services. Stars' images were meticulously managed, and any defiance was met with suspension or legal action. Directors and writers also wrestled with studio control, with some seeing themselves as mere cogs in the machine. David O. Selznick, an independent producer behind Gone with the Wind, shed light on the differing directorial control across studios. The tension between artistic expression and industry interests has always been evident in Hollywood's history. In Blade Runner, set in a futuristic Los Angeles, the Tyrell Corporation's founder speaks of commerce as their goal, mirroring the ethos of old studio bosses. Like many other AI-themed films, Blade Runner portrays thinking machines in human form. Even when AI lacks a physical body, the most memorable ones are voiced by human performers, adding depth to their characters. These lifelike AI creations serve various roles in films, from servants and warriors to companions and toys. They often serve as unsettling mirrors, reflecting the blurred line between human and machine. While the future remains uncertain, the history of Hollywood reminds us that the fight for artistic control has always been a defining feature of this iconic industry.